Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Danny got a really good deal in this house. Short sale. You know, I asked Danny if I could borrow a little money. He said I can't. I'm a little short. Hold it up, Jeff.
I know where you live, remember.
So I was going to do a top 10 list of reasons why I'm happy to have Danny as a friend. I got to 5, and I'm like, I can't think of anything else. So we're gonna go with number 5 here. We're gonna say, ever since I'm thankful to have Danny as a kid, or as a friend. As a friend, he's sort of a kid. So ever since I was a kid and I watched Fantasy Islands, I've always wanted a midget sidekick. Reason number 4 why I'm happy to have Danny as a friend. He makes me laugh. Not because of his jokes, which are terrible. He makes me laugh because I think it's hilarious that Danny's dad gets laid far more than he does.
He had the car.
And this brings me to reason number 3. That I'm grateful to have Danny as a friend. I'm a big book lover, and in meeting Danny, I met a guy who is my soulmate when it comes to appreciating great literature. Not Danny, obviously. I'm honestly not sure if the man can read. That would be Peter. Peter, I want to thank you for all the great recommendations. I appreciate that.
Hey, screw him!
Now, someone else stole my thunder on this one, but I'm gonna say, thank God this is no longer relevant for now, but before Danny had his current job, I moved into this beautiful house. You know, anytime I ever felt bad about myself, I'd always say, things could be worse. I could be unemployed and living with my grandma like Danny.
It's only 4 years.
Now, I will close by saying Danny is one of the most generous, genuine, and caring friends that I have. I really need more friends. But I know he's let pretty much everyone else in here down at some point, but he's been very reliable for me. Very reliable. He even helped me propose to my wife. He was a big part of the surprise.
Just waiting for the divorce.
And I know Danny will find the girl of his dreams someday. Let's just hope she doesn't mind small penises.
Good job, Jeff. Nice job. That's a good phrase for you. You know, I think Danny's most happy about a DVR because it gets to record his favorite show, Small Wonder. Ron, come on up. Terry, you got something? No?
Terry barely walked.
Terry wants you to stay off my ass.
Yeah, right. Stay off your ass?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dan,
Ron Presser.
how you doing?
I'm alright.
I don't know how much I can give it too much in a roast, but I'll give it my best shot.
That's all we asked for.
Okay. Danny and I have been friends for quite a long time, and Well, my first impression of him was walking home from school one day. You know, Wendy and I were in the same class in Dearborn Street School. Dearborn, woo! And here I am walking home, and I noticed that Wendy's sister, and she says something over to his brother's ear when he was riding his Evel Knievel bicycle. That's so cool, you know. Next thing I know, I get this little schmuck sitting there turning around going, "Fuck you!" I knew it wasn't him. I knew it was Wendy, and I'm like, oh man. Anyway, but that was a good time. There I am, being as short as he is. And I'm getting ridiculed by a 6-year-old. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, but later on, and as time goes, and you know, we became friends later on in our teenage years. There wasn't a time enough that we didn't have enough fun, and he always looked up to me, and I was always wondering about that because he was always a little bit taller than me. And then a really funny thing happened in high school. I somehow got the nickname Keebler.
Yeah.
And so, yes, Dan, you do have the day off. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, there was good times when Danny and I were growing up. I remember one time, my father, for some reason, he just couldn't stand this guy.
Thought I was a bad influence.
I was always getting in trouble. My father would be like, "Who put you up to that?" So one time we're sitting there swimming in the pool, and we live just a little bit up the street, and my parents have a lovely house. It's like really tall. It has this great overhang that goes right by the pool. So we were sitting there running off the roof, jumping in the pool. My dad was out shopping. I thought we were safe. Well, my dad came home. Danny didn't know this, he was on top of the roof. And as my dad is standing there, "Ronald, what are you doing?" And here we hear this, "I'm coming!" Right in front of my dad. I think that was the point where my dad sat there and said, "I don't like this."
That was probably it.
But we always used to sneak out together in the middle of the night.
We were 15, 14, 15.
Oh yeah.
And he would come to my window, and he would tap on
Who's telling the story?
Sorry.
I always wanted to come out, and he was always, "No, Ron, I gotta go to school." I'm like, "Come on, come on, come on." So who was the bad influence? Me.
He was always the bad influence.
Always, always. I made you who you are.
He did.
Well, the best part about it was a couple of years ago I celebrated my 40th, and Danny came over to the house, and my dad and him got along together like there was no...
As adults. It was weird.
And I'm like, "This is what I've been trying to tell you, Dad. Dad's not a bad guy."
They love me.
They were so fooled from the very beginning.
But I'm happy to be here, Dan.
Thanks, man.
And good luck to you and happy 40th.
Nice job, Ron. From the heart. From the heart. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Danny's also an accomplished writer. He's written some amazing short stories.
It's amazing how many there are.
John, come on up.
Oh, God!
It's amazing how many people want to roast you.
Thank you. Thank you. You guys said too much. I don't know how to follow all that. I was looking at the top 40, but it looks like we covered it. So, let's talk about farts. Danny is the master. It's true. Never have I known a human that could process food in such a manner as to have the ability to physically hurt people and make them cry. or jump away in confusion, or simply wake up. Not only can Danny's farts be smelled, but they verily can be tasted. Though you will not usually hear them.
Oh, no, they're deadly.
Silent but deadly.
I've been a victim.
Never before. Hilarious! He has a great time with it. Never before have I known someone who could process chocolate milk, orange juice, pancakes, eggs, and bacon so delicately as to transform the meal into literally a 5-hour trapped in the car, can't get away fart. Fast!
It was a contest.
That no one could match, even Chris. As Chris and others can tell you, Danny's Fart Fest from Las Vegas was epic and brutal.
I think it broke down the car.
And to this day, I still don't know what happened. And I can't get the smell out of my upholstery.